this is Tel. Have you ever wondered what's the difference between YouTube community guidelines, copyright, the YouTube partner program, and advertisers friendly guidelines? Have you ever had a video removed by YouTube or demonetized and you weren't sure why? In this video, we'll sort it all out for you. As a YouTube creator, there are a few different sets of guidelines and policies that are important to understand. If you want to post videos, it's important to know the YouTube community guidelines and the basic copyright law. If you want to make money on YouTube, marami din kailangan intindihin at maintindihan. Gaya ng YouTube Partner Program or YPP and the advertiser-friendly guideline. Hello again, this is Tell the World TV, and if you're new in my channel, don't forget to hit the like button below and subscribe. So let's start with YouTube Community Guidelines, a set of common sense rules for what is and isn't allowed on YouTube platforms. There are mostly rules you'd expect, like don't harass others or post ultra-violent videos. But they also include YouTube-specific rules we might not have thought of, like not posting a bunch of repetitive comments. Yung repetitive comments, yung paulit-ulit ginagawa na natin, kinaka-copy-paste na natin ang kino-comment natin sa isang video. Paulit-ulit na lang na natin ginagawa. Bunch of repetitive comments. Usually, ginagawa natin to sa mga kaibigan natin sa YouTube. Copy-paste lang tayo ng copy-paste sa ating mga kino-comment, not knowing na hindi naman related ang ating kino-comment sa video. Yan, hindi po siya pwede. So, hindi po siya advisable sa YouTube community guidelines. So, definitely take time to review them. And remember, community guidelines apply to everything you do on YouTube. Posting videos, comments, and thumbnails, you name it. If you do violate the YouTube community guidelines, you'll get a warning the first time it happens. After that, if it happens again, you receive a community guideline strike. But huwag kayong mag-alala, strikes expires after 90 days. Within 3-month period na meron ka lang na isang strike, so right after 3 months, mawawala na rin yung strike. And over 90% of creators never get more than 1 strike. If magkakaroon ka ng 3 strikes in 90-day period, you're out. And your account will be terminated. Pero hindi naman yun mangyayari sa atin na magkakaroon tayo ng 3 strike in 3 months. Yan, kayang-kaya natin yan, hindi tayo naiiwasan natin yan. Alam ko, kayang-kaya natin yan na iiwasan. So, if you do post something that crosses the line, si YouTube ang magbibigay ng email sa atin para malaman natin, and YouTube will give us information on how to appeal if we think a mistake was made. But what about using someone else's music in our videos? Yung naglalagay tayo ng background music or kumukuha tayo ng clip ng video na hindi sa atin at nilalagay natin or dinadagdag natin sa video. Ano yung mangyayari doon? Would that give us a community guideline strike? The answer is no. But it could give us a copyright strike. Magkaiba ang community guidelines sa copyright strike. Copyright is a legal right that gives the creator of an original work the exclusive right to determine how it's used. Basically, you can't use someone else's videos, music, or other creative works in our videos na hindi humihingi ng permiso sa may-ari. This even includes singing a song or reciting lyrics someone else wrote. So, paano na-enforce ang copyright? When a copyright owner sends a valid legal complaint known as a takedown notice, YouTube take down the content. If our content is subject to takedown notice, YouTube will issue a copyright strike. YouTube copyright strike system and community guideline strike system don't affect one another. But no surprise, if makatanggap kayo ng 3 strike, your account will be terminated and your videos will remove from YouTube. There's no warning with a copyright strike, but the 2 first strike have no impact on your account or what features you can access. Also note that there are some regional exemptions that allow you to include someone else's work. So be sure to read up on what counts as fair use in the public domain. So nakarinig din siguro kayo ng Content ID. and wondered how it related to copyright. Well, to help YouTube create, draw upon all the great content they love while still protecting the right of the copyright owners, YouTube built Content ID, an automated enforcement system that lets some of the world's biggest right holders find their work when it's being used by others and claim it instead of taking it down. So even though the Content ID has a lot to do with copyright, a Content ID claim is not the same as copyright takedown notice. In exchange for not issuing takedowns, which would result in copyright strike, rights holders can use Content ID claims on videos to either track video performance but leave the video on site, to block it on a country-by-country basis. Most often, they choose to monetize the video by placing ads on it. Yun napapansin natin, di ba? Pag kumukuha tayo ng video for our background music sa ating content is minsan nagka-copyright tayo. Nakalagay doon na copyright claim. So, lahat ng kita dun sa video na ginawa mo, yung content na ginawa mo is mapupunta sa may-ari ng music na kinuhaanan mo. Pero meron din doon na copyright sharing. Yung kita doon ng ginawa mong content is hati kayo sa may-ari. Yan, dalawa kasi yan, yung pwedeng magkipaghati or buong revenue mo talaga doon sa ginawa mong content is mapupunta doon sa may-ari ng music. So, pipili ka lang doon, yung okay lang ba sa iyo na may sharing, may hati kayo, or palitan mo na lang yung background music mo. Marami namang free background music sa YouTube. Or marami din po na masa-search mo din sa YouTube na pag sinearch mo doon, makakuha ka ng magandang background music na hindi po siya CPR or copyright claim. So, ang gagawin mo lang is search it in YouTube, no CPR background music or free to use background music. Madami po doon na yung mga gumagawa ng background music is binibigay nila for free. Yan, for the views lang ang gusto nila or makatulong sa mga content creator gaya natin. So also remember, Content ID claims never impact your channel or access to features. Over 90% of Content ID claims result in monetization or tracking, not blocking. So, yung mga hindi pa monetize, marami po silang copyright claim. So, possible din po na ma-monetize ang kanilang channel kasi hindi siya affected. Yung mga copyright claims is hindi affected sa iyong channel. But bagkos, yung revenue is mababawasan or hindi ka talaga kikita dahil ang revenue ay mapupunta sa may-ari ng background music. At its heart, Content ID is an automated machine system. Machine can afford for things like fair use of rights holder errors, pero wag tayo mag-alala. For example, sariling atin naman talaga yung video na yun or sariling atin naman yung background music. Pwede natin i-dispute. Okay? Again, pwede natin i-dispute ang ID claim or Content ID claim kung alam natin talaga na sa atin yung ginawa or tayo ang gumawa ng background music natin. And will often hold the revenue that the video was making and pay out to the appropriate party once the dispute is resolved. So now you might be thinking that as long as sinusunod mo ang community guidelines and not violating copyright, then I can become a YouTube partner and make ad revenue, right? No, not quite yet. There are a couple more things to be aware of. If you want to make a YouTube partner and make revenue from ads, ngayon ay nagpo-post na tayo ng content that complies with those guidelines. What else could there be? Well, in order to make money on YouTube, you need to join the YouTube Partner Program or YPP. Gumawa ng policy for YPP ang YouTube with the goal of rewarding creators who work hard on unique and original content. The success of YouTube Partner Program ay nakasalalay sa advertiser na willing to associate their brands with YouTube videos. If they lose trust in YouTube, it can hurt the earnings of all creators like you, like me. So YouTube, don't allow egregious behavior that has a large negative impact on the community. That means kailangan mong maging magalang sa iyong mga viewers, your fellow creators, and most especially the advertisers. Once you're in YouTube Partner Program or YPP, you can make money from features like channels, membership, super chats, super stickers, even create your own merch. You can also run ads on YouTube. You can also run ads on your videos, but in order to make money from ads on YouTube, your content must follow YouTube advertisers-friendly content guidelines. Advertisers-friendly content is appropriate for most audience. It doesn't include sensitive themes like sexually suggested material or drug consumption, but some brands are willing to show their ads on more mature content. But if your video contains mature themes, it might receive less revenue from ads overall because fewer brands are interested in showing ads on your video. And that's it. I hope that it was a helpful overview on YouTube Community Guidelines. Maraming salamat sa panunood. Maraming salamat po. If you have question or clarification, just comment down below. And let's always remember, let us become a better person than yesterday. Mabuhay! Don't forget to hit the like button below and subscribe for more updates. Maraming salamat!
Basta reggae, DJ Don Paul, idol.
Kapag nariyan ka, bumabagal ang ikot ng mundo. Hindi kita dapat ginugusto, pero natutukso. Anong bang sabihin nila? Hindi kita ipagkakaila. Kat ikaw lang, minamahal ko, aking diwata. Aking diwata.
Ikaw ang pinakamaganda, pag pinagmamasdan kita para nagmamaligmata. Tamang hinala, di makapaniwala na nakita na ang pinakamakinang nadala. Wala ka tapat, pagkamat pinagbawalan, ipaglalaban ka sapagkat ikaw lang ang minamahal ko, aking diwata.
Naaalala ko pa nung una kang masilayan. Nanghihinayang gusto kita kausapin makilala, subalit may kaba kaya nahihiya lang sinayang. Anak katangtang tadhana, karapat dapat laban na magkandara pa sa isang prinsesa na may delikadesa. Kaya isa sa ganon, baka sakaling ngayon ka maging reyna. May tayo, ito ako, di pa rin natin ang iba't ibang parte ng mundo. Tugma pa rin kahit sabihin hindi tayo bagay, kasi tao tayo sa maragsa at malubanay ko sa bagay. Karangalan kong alagaan at pahalagahan ang natural mong kagandahan. Aminin ko manong kapag nasa paligid, pati sa'y nang umingiti, sanang ako na ba?